The fastest guy in the Okanagan joins us now, Keefer Joyce. Going to spend a couple of minutes with Mr. Joyce as he preps for a lot of things coming up. His season midway through. Just talk about the season so far. Where have you been? How have you finished?
I just came back from Senior Nationals, so that was in New Brunswick, Moncton, and that was a good experience for me. I got to go race with Canada's best, Aaron Brown in the 100. There's Tremaine Harrison in 200 where I raced against in my heat. So it's more like experience. My coach didn't expect me to win. I could have done things in the starts. I could have done form, technique wise. It goes on and on and on. But it was just the experience, right? I'm not far back from these times. Like the fastest time in the 100 was a 10.2, and I run 10.6. And I'm on the right path to running even faster. So it's just like the experience and knowing what's right to run with the big dogs. Because maybe when I'm getting older, I could be there, and I would like to be there one day.
Yeah, so you're only 19. You got invited to the.
So I was like one of the youngest out down there.
And you're running a 10.2 or 10.6.
Well, I run 10.6. The fastest guy, Aaron Brown, ran 10.2.
So obviously that's within striking distance,
yes,
because it's only 0.4 of a second. Is that right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So what can you do differently to get that 0.4?
For me,
can you leap?
My technique, my coach says everything's there for me to run, like 10.2 and run fast. But it's just body positioning. Put my body at an angle where I can sprint, where I can accelerate. So that's really what I have to focus on.
Training goes into a lot of your day goes into training for sprinting. We should mention he's a sprinter if you haven't got that. So how much do you train, and what kind of regimen do you have to do? I
train 7 days a week. I train twice a day. It's training. You can't just put on runners and go jog. It's much as mental as it is physically. Sometimes I have to go home and lay down on my bed and visualize picking up my knees and just seeing what the starts are like. Because if I do this like a billion times in my head, I will eventually do it on the track, and that's so much more mentally is so much more important, because if your mind is ready, your body will follow. So it is much physical too, but the mind's got to be sharp, it's got to be ready, it's got to be able to fire fast.
You visualize it when you're in the starting blocks, when you're on the track, you're getting ready to go, you're in your outfit. Do you visualize that race before you actually hear the gun? I
like to visualize beforehand. I like to just kind of close my eyes and not think about anything, because the more I think, I don't even move. I think too much sometimes. I don't even get out of the blocks. But so just kind of like clear my head, keep it simple as possible, easy, relaxed, and that's how I do it.
Now you're running towards 2016, the Olympic Games. Is that on your radar?
Yes, that's what I want to be.
And how long do you think it will take you to get there? Do you think you have an inside track on it right now, or is there a lot to do before then?
I'm in good hands right now. I have a good coach, and then he mentored under a very good coach named Mike Murray. So no, it's just it makes it easier if you love what you're doing, right? I sprint. That's what Keefer does. So the process getting there will be a lot easier than someone just trying to get there, because maybe they may not enjoy it as much as I do. So it's the love and the enjoyment and the excitement about track and field. That's what will take me there.
You're not the only Joyce in the family that runs track, right? You got a sister or two?
Yeah, I got two sisters, Adele and Eliza.
You beat them every time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how are they doing? Are they looking at 2016 as well, or down the road?
I'm not sure if they're thinking as far as goals than I am. That they have all the skill and talent in the world to get there. I just don't think their head's there. But every given day they could beat me in the starts or whatever. I won't let that happen, but it can happen. So I have to give it to them, and they're great athletes.
Yeah. So what's next? What's the next race on your schedule?
Next race right now this weekend I got the Jack Brow. I got that Saturday, Sunday, and then July 11th I got the Junior Nationals in Quebec. So that's the big one for me. That's the bread and butter. If I do well there, I can go to Pan Americans in Colombia. Yeah. So that's the main focus for my year.
It's pretty exciting too. You get to travel too when you're on these teams and you're running towards a goal, right?
Yeah, it's always track's another good thing where you can travel around the world. Yeah. You can experience different places or different people. So it's a good eye opener for that.
Thanks for doing this. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Keefer Joyce, hopefully 2016 he'll be part of the Canadian team as they go to the Olympics, but keep your eye, if you can, on the fastest man in the Okanagan.